So that's where I would set up my table or chair or what have you. And then at the point, and then if we needed a city employee or a uniformed officer or something like that, we can do that as well. That's deemed necessary.
Do we need to have allow access to the restroom?
Well, Kathy suggested that. That was one of the issues last year. I thought that there was a restroom actually in the gymnasium, as there are in some of the other schools, but this time they traded out the bathroom for an interrogation room.
Do you have when you're on the square?
We have the courthouse. They use that up to 4:30, and then we have some businesses that fill out. Okay.
I was just trying to kind of help things along by not actually having anybody in there.
Yeah, we honestly, we want to keep everybody in the gymnasium. We like everybody else. We don't want people running all around. So that would be something along the lines that I do when we do the movies outside, where I would want to sit by the door and then I would escort them to the bathroom and escort them out. I do that at the movies. They come and get me and I escort them.
Doesn't have to be signage there, fire exit only.
Yes. Another issue, you're talking winter time, so you could, you have a lot of tracking in and out. It's going to have to be, you guys want to
clean up.
take care of it.
We have the same requirements as we did with last group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm aware of that, so I'll have to work out that.
I want to pose a question that may be way off base. When you have the outdoor market, there appears to be plenty of room for all the vendors.
Yeah, occasionally we have to expand a bit. Yeah.
What we're actually doing is providing an open place for people to sell their wares.
Mm-hmm.
Is that limited?
Yes, we are. We will be limited by the regulations that we use currently on our farmers market. I meant to bring them with me, and I apologize for that. So you guys will each get a copy of the regulations. We are a bit strenuous in what we allow. We don't just allow any product, any food product. We do allow, but it has to fall within the state guidelines. Our state guidelines as far as what people can sell, particularly baked goods. We don't expect to have too much produce at this time, so there are some people with hot houses, which might have tomatoes and some lettuces and spinach. We're very, very strict on crafts. As you'll see at our market outside, at the outside market, we really do not have that many crafts, if any at all. And that's going to limit us to a smaller vending group, which we're completely fine because we know there's limited space. If it gets to a point where it is so popular, and I'm going to work with Scott as far as how you set up the tables, because we don't want any sort of problems in the cases of emergencies. But I expect maybe 8 to 15 vendors, if that many. This is the first time for this, so we'll kind of be going by trial, but we will at some point have to limit as to who can sell that. It's not going to be. I don't expect it to be nearly as large as the outdoor market, simply because of the lack of produce during those times.
But this is a for-profit for these vendors.
Yeah, for the vendors, they are individually for-profit. Who run it. We are a not-for-profit, we're 501c3.
So what's the possibility of asking them to pay a monetary fee to set up?
They are agreeable to that. If we wish to do that, especially if we have to clean up and or pay for security, I think that would be a lot of it.
Okay.
I think that would be very much in the realm of possibility.
We wouldn't be charged.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be. Right? We don't want to do that.
Pay to them, and strictly those profits we would estimate the cost. We'd estimate the cost of the security, and then just split it up after the day. And this again is contingent on the same thing. I expected to hear back from our insurance company by this time. We have insurance for the outdoor market. I want to know how that will change if we take it indoors for once a month. It's a small period of time, but again, you're inside a building and there's other things to think about. So if you guys do approve it, I would.
Does the heating system in this building, does it cut back on the weekends? or does it maintain a steady temperature through the entire week?
It's pretty steady.
Yeah,
It's
so
pretty steady. It's not turned off and on.
Okay.
See, if we charge a fee, then we would pay taxes on this thing. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. Okay. You saw where I was going.
I knew. I didn't
And
say
electricity and the whole, the expense of electricity. I mean, even for the last group. It's just, I guess, something that we
it's just something that we absorb.
absorb
Yeah.
Okay.
because we cannot charge. Understand?
Now, if we do, then we are no longer, we'll be paying
Right.
taxes on
Understand.
this whole building. I checked that out quite a while back with Charlie Pride.
Any more questions for Brian?
And this is also something I'm completely agreeable with. If you want to, have it approved for once or twice, come back and we can assess how everything's going, and then because it is a multiple time during the winter.
I was going to suggest that maybe we do a trial. Trial is two months or something, or know that if for some reason we're not happy with it,
Yeah.
cut it off.
I'm perfectly fine with that because I want to make it work as much as you guys do. So.
Everything's on trial there. We stopped. Okay, what's fun?
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve the market based on next question.
Second.
Is that on November and December for the trial run then? Or do you,
That was one of the questions, was
Yeah.
you want to limit it?
Yeah, that's
Mark?
just so we could cut it off, so that becomes a trial.
Okay.
We can evaluate it at any time.
We have a meeting in January the 3rd. We have one scheduled for January the 8th. Could we do a reevaluation on the 3rd?
We can reevaluate it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can be a renewal process. Where so long as everything's working out, we can renew for the following month and go from there.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
I like that idea.
The other thing similar to what the board requested earlier, Brian, you'll see if you can place the city on your policy.
On the policy.
Yeah.
That's a requirement we can move
And
in.
then we'll provide you a copy of the indemnification agreement as well.
That'd be fine.
Yeah, I did look at the insurance as well, and they suggested having, they suggested having all the vendors to put the city on their policies.
See,
But I don't know if that always even, got policies that would cover.
well, they are responsible for their own products and the insurance policies on their own
Well,
products.
that's what
But
our
if they-
insurance is, and if vendors have their liability policy, has city named on those as an additional insured.
Okay. I'll see how we can arrange that. And I'll talk to some of the vendors who are planning to come and see if they can figure out how much that would be to add a city on there.
And along with the rest of the discussion, no homemade beer, wine, moonshine.
Okay. All right. I wasn't
No
gonna-
X-rated
I was
movies
gonna
going
try to get
on.
out of here without that, but yeah.
Three-quarter.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, we'll call this please, Jim.
Rodney?
Yes.
Darryl?
Yes.
Yes. Steve?
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Scott Chastain.
Good evening. I believe everyone should have a copy of my proposal there. I apologize for not getting out to you till this evening. This is just our annual purchase of turnout gear. We buy a certain number of sets of turnout gear every year. One thing different this year, I did apply and did receive a $5,000 grant from the Indiana Department of Natural Resources through the fire headquarters. So that'll offset just a little bit shy of half of what we would spend. We have we budget for this every year, so actually that'll help